What's going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to Tactical Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, November 14th, 2017. What is going on? Let's check and see who is out there. We've got Ben Farrell. Crackle is in the hizzy. Grim 90, Rich White, the 1%. Let's see here. Patriot, what's going on? Sean Callanan, Travis T, what's going on, guys? Let's see on the Ghost Channel side. We've got Cycle, Clover, Tony, and Garage Guns. What's going on, fellas? Let's give a few minutes. Gels Outdoors, roll call, just checking in. What's going on, guys? Well, guys, tonight we're going to discuss a little bit what happened over the weekend. I'm sure you've seen all the videos from everybody, but now it's going to be kind of fun to get in there and talk about actually what we saw, what we got, what we didn't get. Hello. And talk a little bit about the JM Davis Museum as well and all that stuff. So before we get going, let's introduce the illustrious panel. We got a couple more invites out there. We'll see if they jump in or not. But right now we've got from South Carolina, a man who just had a show with Joey Cuz about an hour and a half ago, or about an hour ago, or maybe a little less than that. I don't know. Started 2 hours ago, but ended about an hour ago. The Outlaw Hatfield. How you doing, Ellis? What's going on, my friend?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for inviting me, man.
Anytime. Love having you.
I'm glad y'all had fun at the gun show while the rest of the world was working our asses off.
I promise you, if you think that we were just having fun and weren't working our asses off, then wow.
Ellis is funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
No, come on now. You guys were surrounded by guns. That's you might have worked, but it's not work.
Everybody else may have been surrounded by guns. I was surrounded by hot chicks. I'm just saying.
That's because you're the tactical clover. The tactical leprechaun. You just damn you.
Oh, there you go. From the great state of Connecticut, guy that I got to spend a lot of time with over the weekend and got to know, and is an awesome human being. Awesome human being. Cycle Camp. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Great cycle.
Weekend, a little tough on old legs, but not bad.
Yeah, it was definitely tough on the legs. Cycle just put a video out not too long ago, a couple hours ago, kind of recapping what he got there. And I think he's going to have some more videos, more in depth on the stuff. But go check out Cycle Camp's channel and check out that video. It kind of gives you an idea of what he got from the state of Washington. Too hotty. What's up, Scotty?
What's going on? I see how you are. Everybody else lives in great states, but I just live in Washington.
I did. If that was a faux pas, I apologize. Foose is finally signing in the gun channels. It's about time, but yeah, man. Anything going okay up there? How's the weather?
Weather's shit. Everything's good though.
All right.
Yeah, we're hanging in.
All right. Well, and from the greatest state of them all, my home state. Don't live there now, but my home state. You got the tactical leprechaun himself, Clover Tack. What's going on?
Not a lot. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. Let's see. Mel the Nut just showed up. RL, what's up, guys? Michael G, what's going on? Let's see. We got over here. Foose. Okay, buddy. Hold on. Let me get you your link. All right, Foose. Foose was there in Tulsa as well for the day. So he's going to be jumping on here in a second. All right, so what we're going to be talking about, Deuce Driver, what's going on? We're going to talk about some of the things that we saw, some of the things that we liked, some of the things we didn't like, some of the things we got and bought. we all have pretty cool things we bought and saw there. And we'll talk a little about J.M. Davis as well. So I guess we can start going through the room, and I'll go through at least through Cycle and Clover real quick. And it's kind of this question's been asked on a couple different other times and platforms, but for the guys that haven't seen all that, I'm going to start with you. What's that? Oh, okay. I'm going to start with you, Cycle. What was the coolest / most interesting thing you saw at the Wanamaker Gun Show?
The coolest gun I saw was somebody had a set of pristine M1A1 paratroopers, and they were just gorgeous guns. But I still have a house, so I don't have those guns. But
yeah,
right. But the display I saw was a gentleman had display of all of the weapons that are being used in U.S. military surplus service all around the end of a corner unit, and he must have had 6 different versions of the 1903. And what that guy did not know about 1903s, you did not need to know. Very, very literate guy as far as those guns were concerned.
Now, do you cover all conflicts?
Yeah, everything right up from. I mean, it was primarily the U.S. weapons from like the original Civil War stuff, right up through the Garand. So he pretty much stopped at the Garand and the Cardinal.
That's awesome. We got a newcomer in from the state that I'm living in. I wouldn't say my home state, but it's where I live now, so I guess it's my home state of Arkansas. Foose, what's going on, my man?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Not much. I'm just messing around with this Mauser. I went and I picked up this weekend, and I went to see if it was 7mm and dropped the 7mm all the way down length of the barrel. I'm like, maybe it's 8mm. Well, chamber at 8mm. Well, chamber at 7.6251, but I don't know if it's 7.6251, so I'm going to have to take the chamber casting up to see what damn rifling this is, see what gun this is.
How's the rifle? Is it still okay?
Yeah, the rifling's good.
Okay.
Yeah, the rifling's good. It's just, it's been rebarreled at some point, which sucks.
That would have been nice information to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go and ask
nice
you to say,
maybe stamp on a barrel, huh? Maybe the caliber that you rebarreled it in?
Yeah, I can take it apart again. And see, I didn't see anything on the barrel. But yeah, I'll take it out of its wood. Check.
All right, let's, we got a little question for the panel right here. Jelsma Outdoors asked a question out in the chat. LCP or LCP2? He's going to start carrying at work. I personally would go with the 2, but that's just me. But what do you guys think?
I don't know. I got LCP. I got a regular
one. You can't
I got a regular LCP, and it's just a matter of money. I mean, what you get the LCPs these days? 159, 160 LCP2s. I can't give you a quote, but it's probably worth it to go with the 2. I think you're getting a little better sights. I'm not sure what other upgrades you're getting, but the sights are worth the extra money.
I think it depends on how you're going to go. I've got an LCP, have had for years, has a bunch of upgrade work from Galloway Precision. If you're going to do that upgrade work, then I would say it really doesn't matter.
Good Lord,
go with the LCP and then do the upgrades, and you probably save a little money.
Well,
Long term, if you're not going to do any upgrades though, then probably the LCP2. Yeah.
Okay, on your upgrades with Galloway Precision, that I can't see what that would have got you for sights though. I mean, you still got the same old regular, basically nothing for sights, right?
Yeah, but you can paint them. You can paint them.
Yes, you can.
Makes a huge difference too.
Yeah. All right. Hope that helps you, Jelsma. Like I said, I would prefer the 2, but they're both very, very good. I actually shot the 2 2 weeks ago. Met a couple of buddies at the range, and we went for a range. So we try to go at least once a month to the range. About 3 or 4 of us go over there, and we shoot our EDCs. We always want to keep proficient at that. And guys carrying LCP2, and so I shot it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the trigger on it. But yeah, they're both going to be good. It's just going to be dependent upon money and what you want out of it. So if you've got an opportunity to go to a range and maybe rent both of them, I would probably suggest doing that. There's a lot of people out here that know what's up, Hemi, that know we've handled them before. But once again, every gun, especially for an EDC, that's something that's going to have to be very personal to you. So you might want to go and try to shoot both of them before you make that decision. I'm not saying that we don't know what we're talking about, because we don't. We know what we like, we know what we've handled, but I would definitely get an opportunity to go shoot both of them, because you're not going to be wrong either way. It just depends on what you're looking for. But I do like the trigger better in the two. Let's see here. All right, what are we talking about? All right, so let's go back real quick and Foose. Foose was there for all day Saturday. And what was the coolest, most interesting thing? Doesn't have to be a gun that you saw. And you can have multiple. If you had a couple of them that you liked, remember, what was kind of the high points that you remember from the show on Saturday?
I love World War II. So that VG1, which is a last ditch rifle of for the German military. That was kind of cool. But I really didn't see anything else. I mean, there was a couple, cool ass old guns, but not so much else.
A bunch of old guns there, and that's this show would have filled if you just take the old rifles and old revolvers and just took it out. You could fill probably a normal high school gymnasium with maybe more than that, but with just old rifles and revolvers. There's a ton of them there, but they're awesome there.
Is that with or without the rusted ones?
What's that?
Is that with or without the rusted ones?
That's just without. I'm just talking about the actual working, buy them and go shoot them. There were just a shit load of guns there, which is great. That's what it's there for. It's a gun show. But I was amazed at how many old guns there were. The new guns, well, God bless, you can only go so far. Jared, what's up, my man? Hemi, what's going on?
Now,
Jared,
Ghost, I didn't make it, but you can go ahead and ask me that question. I got a different answer.
Okay, what was that most interesting and awesome thing you saw maybe from the chats or something? Did you see?
So yeah, it's not a gun or anything. It's just the community of gun channels, and it's always cool seeing gun channels guys get together and meet for the first time and hang out, and you're automatically friends because you've been talking for so long, and it's cool seeing the camaraderie.
Yeah, now we haven't even discussed that side of it yet, but that probably was the most awesome part of the weekend. Yeah, the gun show and the museum were amazing, but I'd met G and I met Clover before, but I hadn't met any of the other guys before, and man, it was just awesome to be around them and actually spend some good quality time hanging out, laughing, and literally joking and smoking and going to dinner with the guys. And yeah, it was amazing. It was a great weekend. So, we want to get everybody to come back in April for the April show in Wanamaker. And
the wargaming too. I mean, we did a lot of talk about, what can we do? How can we improve? And, what have we learned and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there was some awesome talks about the future, both good and bad, with channels and gun channels themselves and politics and game plans on what's coming down the road. And I'll put it to you this way. I'm really, really looking forward to the future of not only my channel and Clover's, every guy's channels, but gun channels as a whole. I can't speak for Clover or Bill or Foose, but I can tell you that I probably have 30 or 40 new people that say that they're going to come check out gun channels over the weekend. And we had the warmest reception from the show themselves, Mr. Wanamaker himself. To everybody there, they were just all, yeah. I've heard about gun channels, but I need to go check that out. And I actually went live on one of the lobby chats with one of the vendors from Canada, and we jumped on there on the lobby chat. And yeah, so be looking around. You'll be seeing some new faces and names. So just keep that in mind. Clover, what was the most awesome, most / interesting thing you saw at Wanamaker?
I don't know. Every time that question's been asked, a half a dozen times over the last 4 days at least.
You forget things.
I think I've had a different answer every time they've asked, and that's what I was supposed to say. It's so massive, and there's so much there that you're like, oh crap, I forgot I've seen this. Oh crap, I forgot I've seen that. And I've got to say, one thing that I spent a lot of time, and we'll have the footage out on, was that high standard exhibit. Being a 22 guy and target shooting and stuff like that. That was, it wasn't every high standard 22 on the planet, but those folks had most of them.
Yeah, it was impressive. And, it was impressive.
It was. I never knew. When you're just flipping through the book and you see all these different models, you don't put two and two together on just how many different models that is, how many variations. And then when they have them on a display where there's, I don't know how many was there, but there was at least probably 100 or 150. It was just crazy.
For sure. We have a question out there from the gun channel side. Clayton says, did you guys see any dual barrel coach guns for under 1,000 over the Wanamaker? I'm going to tell you this way. I did not actually spend very much time looking at the guns. With all the videos and interviews that I was trying to get, anyone can go, anyone can go to a gun show and look at a bunch of guns, but I was looking at interesting aspects of the gun show besides the actual guns. Obviously, I looked at the guns, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't paying much attention aside from, looking at it. But I'll ask Bill and Foose, who were actually there to buy certain things, and I'll ask Clover also if you saw any. I personally wasn't looking a whole lot at the specifics of all the guns, but did you guys happen to see any dual barrel coach guns for under 1,000 at Wanamaker?
Yes.
Okay. Here's your answer. I wasn't paying much of attention to all that stuff. So obviously they're there. I'm sure that you could have probably found, you're not going to find literally everything, but if it's not one of the rarest guns in the world and it's something that's out there, it was at Wanamaker, I'm sure. It's stupid how many guns were there.
So basically what Wanamaker is any gun that you might run upon at any gun show, it's going to be there. There's Krag Jorgen. There's a bunch of Krags. There was 2 or 3 Johnson rifles. Any rifle you could imagine, you go there, it's going to be there.
Yeah, Sean Callanan out on the YouTube side said that he's going to have to go in April just for the high standard porn. Yeah, see, the cool thing about this show is not only do they have the gun show and everything that goes along with the gun show, down in the lower level, they had basically a whole wall of exhibits. And these guns were not necessarily for sale. It was just an exhibit. They had the Ruger exhibit. Did you guys see the Ruger exhibit, by the way? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've got footage on that.
The Ruger was there. You had high standard. You had Remington had some stuff. But you also had the one that me and Foose is actually the first thing that the big thing we actually stopped at on Saturday morning was they had this guy, and I don't know if he was part of the NRA or the NRA was sponsoring his exhibit, whatever it was. This guy had all of the European weapons and bayonets and some swords and sabers from the European side of World War I. And it was one of the coolest things I saw. I'm a big fan of military stuff and history, but World War I weapons, and these things weren't like chewed up and just thrown away. But hey, what's up, Klishnikov? What's going on?
And scabbards and everything.
No, it was. It was awesome. So that was one of the, like I said, I think that might have been like the first big thing that you and I stopped at, wasn't it, Foose?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right off the bat. That's just like, this is how we're starting our show, was this awesome World War I exhibit. So, yeah, it was cool. They had a guy that had some Colt Pythons, which are, amazing. I think he had like 4 of them for display. And I think he had one that he said he would sell. I think he had it marked for what, $5,000 or something like that. Anybody else see that? On the lower level, he had some pythons, and I think one of them he said he would sell. It was like $4,000 or $5,000. I was like, okay. I mean, I get it, but that was pretty cool.
They were for sale at the right price. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that was pretty cool. Let's see here. Kalishnikov asked me, am I going to SHOT in 2018? Well, that's a really damn good question. I was not planning on it, not until this weekend. And after this past weekend, my whole perspective on that side of the gun community has completely turned around. I sent in my application yesterday. I have not heard back. Actually, Clover got his back, and he's already good to go. I'm still waiting on mine. But yes, my every intention is to be at SHOT this year, and I cannot wait for that. And like I said, after this weekend, first of all, I think Clover and I did a live thing, and I think I'll be speaking for him, and he can answer this in a second. But I'm never going to go to a gun show again without being media and getting a media pass. It was unbelievable. They gave us the keys to the entire show, basically. But SHOT show is going to be awesome. But yes, I am intending to go to SHOT this year. So, Clover, now you got your stuff today, right?
I did, and I supposedly, I'm waiting on an email, waiting on them to say whether or not they're sending the what is it, the credentials or the card or whatever.
I did see that they don't send those out till mid-December.
Okay, well that's good to know. Now I did. Is that for SHOT or is that for the NSSF?
Well, that's the NSSF badges. They said will be mailed out in mid-December.
Okay.
As far as SHOT, you might want to give a G on that, and I don't know. I'm trying.
And you do have to sign up for range day, I believe.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I think let's see, no, because it
most definitely want to do.
It was asking me for my NSSF number when I went to do that.
Yeah.
Another thing too, and I don't know, it's here in Dallas, and that's the NRA convention thing. I've already put in everything for that as well.
Oh, the NRA show in was that May, early May or late April?
Yeah, I can't remember now, but
yeah,
I put in there for that. My thing with SHOT, I mean, I'm with you with that. The whole perspective on everything completely changed.
Yeah.
It really opened my eyes as to what can be done and frankly what's not being done out there in the firearm community. You really don't have people that are doing what we were doing there. I don't think. And if we do, I don't see it.
You know, and Call Your Gun Girls, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the show. What's up, Jared? Let's see, who else am I missing? I said hey to Kalishnikov, Mel, and all them. The Call Your Gun Girls. Guys, if you haven't checked out the Call Your Gun Girls, you need to go check out their channel. It's I'm going to put a link over here.
I can't believe they don't make an exception at SHOT for those girls.
I would say, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
It is. Check this channel out, guys. Awesome channel. Yeah, go check them out. Call Your Gun. So welcome to the show. Angry, what's up, Angry? Yeah, as far as the media goes at Wanamaker, I'm not saying they didn't pass out any other media tags. I'm not saying that at all. What I can tell you is the only 3 that I personally saw all weekend were mine, Clover, and G-Webs. That's it. I can't say they didn't, but I didn't see anyone else out there with tags on, and I didn't see anyone else out there, aside from trying to sneak in a picture here and there, actually doing interviews or trying to create content. There might have been some print media or something like that, but I never saw a news camera anywhere. So I can't speak for that, but I can tell you that I didn't see anyone else, which was awesome because the vendors actually started coming up to us while we're interviewing a vendor over here. A vendor from 2 or 3 booths down would come over and say, hey, when you get done, I'd like to talk to you. And I literally got pulled over 2 or 3 times from other people. So they loved us there because they knew we were there promoting the 2A, promoting Pro Gun. instead of out there trying to write a bash article. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I wasn't speaking specifically on this one show, but on any show, people do SHOT, and you see a little bit of stuff that comes out of the conventions and when some of those bigger things, but very little content comes out of just regular shows, even on a regular basis. And I think that's a market that can be filled. A lot of folks can't get out there and go to the shows and be familiar with new products or new dealers or that sort of thing. So
yeah. I'm just writing a note to the Call Your Gun girls real quick.
Yeah, one of my deals with SHOT, just to finish up on that.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. I'm committed to make it happen, but I've got obviously a financial issue that was got to be.
I understand that
hammered out, of course. And then, but probably the biggest. I mean, even if somebody said, "Oh, here's $1,000 to go do it," I've got that scheduling issue.
Yeah.
I'm a state level trainer, and I host a training, or I've got to be at a training. That weekend of SHOT Show. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a fly in, hang out for maybe a couple of days, fly back, and it's going to be tough. But Wanamaker and J.M. Davis was tough, and we made it. So
yeah, we made it. Is there anybody else in here? Toddy, Foose, Bill, Ellis, any of you guys going to SHOT this year?
I have zero wants to go down there.
Yeah.
I really never have ever wanted to go to a SHOT.
I really hadn't until the last 6 months or so, and then like I said, after this weekend, there's a part of me that just wants to, even if it's just one time, just go check it out and see what it's about. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Is if I can make it happen, obviously the time frame in January actually fits perfectly for me. It's just now a matter of getting all the way from Arkansas to Vegas. Money wise, it would be interesting, but we're going to see if we can make it work for sure. But Bill or Ellis, do you guys have plans, or have you ever been out there?
I've never been, but man, I would absolutely love it. I would love to go out there.
Yeah, I've never been. I'm not sure. I'm not really into like new gun shows, because you know me, I'm an older no-surf kind of guy. So
yeah,
they don't really interest me that much. It might be fun to go for the camaraderie, but
right,
the show itself not that interesting.
Well, SHOT is one of those things, and I've never been, but I'll give you my perspective on how I think it is. SHOT is one of them things to where if you're not media covering new products and covering the industry, or you're actually in the industry building and selling stuff, at a gun show, you've got people looking for special items and just, they're basically there to buy something if they run across it, that sort of thing. And you don't really have that aspect with SHOT. It's more just a show and tell.
Yeah.
So here's
it's not going to be for everybody.
No, it's not. No, it's definitely not going to be for everybody.
Well,
here's
for
the
me,
problem with me going to SHOT Show. You would have to drag me away from those Chris Vectors.
Well, we already had a Chris Vector for you, Wanamaker. Did you not see that?
Yeah, I saw that jacket.
I'm going to go ahead and put a link out here. And we're going to talk with Foose about this, but I picked up a gun over the weekend from a good friend of mine, Foose, who's actually in here. I've been looking at getting an AK pistol for a while. We were talking about on a chat or something. I don't even know where we were. Maybe a lobby chat or something. And I was getting ready to go get one. And needless to say,
they were sold out.
There it is. So it's
how do you like that muzzle flash?
Man, I tell you what, it creates a pretty good fireball. I'm not gonna lie. But I tell you what, I went out and shot it today. And I put the link out in there. I did a quick review, not a crazy in-depth review. I'm not suits or anything like that, but I put a decent review out there, and then I did some shooting on there. But if you're interested in AK pistols or interested in possibly getting into the AK platform, but may be a little worried about getting to the full size, I can tell you that I shot this thing a ton. And then today and now I have my own. I'm going to shoot the hell out of this thing. This has been the most fun I've had shooting something in a while. It's just an awesome gun. So thank you, Foos, for hooking a brother up and all that. But yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. So that's my big toy that I got over the weekend. But the video is out there for anyone that wants to go and check out the AK pistol review and shooting. I'm also putting another link out here just to remind everybody. This is the Drill of the Month video. The November Drill of the Month. We've got a couple weeks left. So go ahead and make sure that you subscribe, like the channel, and call your girls if you're still out there. You might not know, it would be awesome if you guys would do something like this. And basically what I do is I start up a Drill of the Month to get people out there shooting. The more people get out there shooting, the more people we introduce to guns and the more proficient we come with our guns. So I created Drill of the Month, and at the end of the month, we pick up the winner and we give them free stuff, hats or whatever. Speaking of which, I've got to talk to Mel about what he wants. I've got my hats came in. Patriot, your hat came in as well. But anyways, so basically what we do is I put up a video each month. And in order to be eligible to win, you have to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and produce your own video response of you doing the drill. Now, if you don't want to put it out on YouTube or in the social media under the comment section and make it public, you don't have to. You can email it to drillofthemonth@ghosttactical.us. But with you guys, I would love to see you guys do a little video response to it. And this month is called 16 Candles, and it's a cool little video. So go check that link out and all that. Let's see here. Mel the Nut says request for December and January Drill of the Month, something that can be done in an indoor range. Oh, that's a really good idea. As a matter of fact, there's an indoor range about half an hour from here. So I tell you what I could do is I might just call them and see if they would have a problem me coming and shooting. That's a really good idea. I think that I will do that, Mel. That's why you're Mel the Nut. Well, speaking of all that stuff, I do have a couple of things of business to start with. I've got I want to invite everybody, if you're interested or wanting to, my Patreon is patreon.com/Ghost Tactical. I do have a couple special ops patrons here with us tonight, so I want to give them a special shout out. That is Patriot in the Dark and Matt Pugh. So thank you to both of you guys and everyone that's a patron of mine on Patreon. I truly do appreciate everything that you do for the channel. We've got some really cool things that we're working on, and after this past weekend, holy cow, I was just opened up to so many new ideas and things that we can do with the channel. So Philo, what's going on, my man? So yeah, no Molly Ringwald. Basically, I need a disclaimer for the Drill of the Month this month is no Molly Ringwald. Yeah, I'd tell you what, if you had a sense of humor, you might do the Drill of the Month in a Molly Ringwald wig. Just saying. Get creative with it, guys. I don't care what the quality is. I don't care. I want you to have fun with it. Most importantly, I want you out there shooting. That being said, all right, so let's talk about, guys. If you guys have any questions out in the lobby.
I don't want to talk about guys.
Huh? What?
I don't want to talk about guys.
Okay, then mute yourself. Okay.
Fucking rifle is.
What we're gonna do on the if you're out in the gun channel side or in the YouTube side and you have any questions specifically about the Drill of the Month or Wanamaker or J.M. Davis or anything like that, you can either type it in or you can email it at live. I'll put it in here on this site, live at ghosttactical.us. So if you want to send any questions, I'll try to spell that right. Go ahead. What's up, Jorge? What's going on, my man? So let's go through the room here real quick, and we'll talk to Foose, Bill, and Clover real quick about this. But if you're willing to and able to, let's talk about some of the things that you picked up while at Wanamaker. Bill, I know you picked up several things. So what you got, Bill?
Well, I picked up 3 guns at Wanamaker. Oh, I shared the wrong thing. Yeah, let me try this again. I picked up 3 guns at Wanamaker, and I hated them all. So as you can see, I've thrown them in the trash. So basically, I picked up a model 1917, U.S. model 1917, also known as the 1917 Enfield in error. The one next to it, so that's the one on the far left. The one next to it is a Remington rolling block. It's a pattern number 5 rolling block, and that one is chambered in 7mm Mauser. And then the weird gun is the one on the far right. That is actually a Vetterli, a Swiss Vetterli, and that's chambered in 41 Swiss rimfire, which is kind of unusual. And the reason they're in the trash is because I have pulled the bolts out of all of them and filled them with Birchwood Casey foaming bore scrubber, which does an excellent job getting rid of old crud in barrels. And I'll leave them set for like 24 hours, and then I'll start rodding, go to work with the rod and the brush, and probably spend a good 20 minutes to a half hour with each gun tomorrow. But those are the 3 guns that I ended up buying.
Did you have any issues flying back?
Oh, the only issue I had flying back was I had to buy a new case, because I've never done this before, and I didn't own a case. And I bought a Boit gun case, which probably could hold 2 comfortably, but we made 3 fit. And by the time it was all done, it was 4 pounds overweight. So it cost me an extra $100 to bring it back.
Ooh.
Yeah, good thing I got good prices on the guns. And that was the majority of my stuff. I put out a video on YouTube, VidMe, and gun channels that goes through everything that I bought, all the little trinkets and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can go look at that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you mentioned it briefly in your video, but how many gun shops did you and G and 226 Nut go to?
Oh, we went to 3.
Okay.
We went to 3 different shops. One of them was a combination safe, and they make safes, grills, guns, and that stuff. And then a second one, it was a little hole in the wall place, but my God, what a selection of reloading equipment, black powder, storage containers. I mean, these guys had everything. What a great local store. And then the third one we went to was a combination of a store and a range in 2 different buildings. And they also carried survival supplies. And that was pretty cool. I picked up some water purification tablets and stuff while I was up there.
Let's see, Foose, I know you picked up a rifle. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Well, looking at it a little bit more, tonight I went it's a Brazilian Mauser 1894 receiver made by FN. So it's the Mauser 93 action. But I went to make sure it was 7mm, and a 7mm round all the way down it. So I'm like, maybe it's 8mm. Went to put an 8mm dummy round into it and wouldn't close. I'm like, okay. And it would close on a 308. So I took it apart, and I got to looking, and there is some markings on it. It looks like it was converted in Spain to the M1916, which is a 308 chambering. So
Foose, I'm going to stop you real quick. You've actually had a couple requests out in the chat to, if you're interested, turning the camera on and showing the gun.
Yeah, just a second, and I get my camera up. It fell off earlier. Yeah.
Hey, Foose, so they actually did stamp the barrel.
It doesn't say what caliber it is. It just says ever so slightly. Let's see. Well, here it is.
Here we go. I'm going to click on there for you.
Absolutely beautiful wood on it. That bolt handle. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. But it's made by FN there, and then very, very light right here. I kind of see it right here. It says Aviato Spain or something like that.
I see some stamp. I just couldn't read what it said.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you're not looking at it hard and in the light, you're not gonna say it. You're not even gonna see it. It says Aviato Spain M1916 Samco Miami Florida. So I'm thinking it's the one that was converted, but it's kind of odd that it's a Brazilian receiver updated to 1916 barrel. But yeah, I mean, it's still not a firearm because it was made, the receiver was made too early. But, and then here's the rear sight on it. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to get chamber casting on it. And then,
and this you said this is Brazilian, not Chilean, right?
Yeah, it's Brazilian.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's actually the receiver's made by FN. It says Estos Unde do Brazil.
Now you already have a Chilean, correct?
Yes, I have a Chilean already, and that is in 7mm.
You're for sure about that.
Yes, I've fired several 7mm.
See, here's a problem that Foose has, guys. Is Foose has a personal internal rule.
Yeah.
That any gun he gets, he must shoot it within the first 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, the problem was in Saturday is he was going to be flying, driving back and home and all that. So once he got the ammo ready to go, he was going to have 24 hours to shoot it. This is really throwing a cramp into having that shot because now you got to figure out exactly what it's chambered in.
Yeah. Well, the thing is also this floor plate. Any of you Mauser guys, it's missing something right here. So this is not a complete gun. The floor plate is epoxied onto the bottom metal.
Oh.
So I'm getting a new bottom metal, new bottom floor plate, and all that stuff, and the magazine release right here. And that's going to be an extra, I think, $30 shipped. So not too bad, but it'll go on here. I just need to figure out what the fucker's chambered in. If it's 308, cool. I got some 7.62. Some 7.62 by 51. I got some of that. So put some rounds through it and see what it'll do.
Yeah. So you still got the. You still got 24 hours. Once you get all the parts and you get it ready to go, we're gonna maybe have 24 hours from then.
I can't. I'm not gonna send something down it until I know it's chambering. I'm not gonna do it. Like if I would have went out and shot it on Sunday, I would have shoved the 7mm down it, and that thing would have been pinballing down the damn barrel.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
No, you went into this thinking since your Chilean was 7, I'm assuming you thought that this was going to be 7 as well.
Yes, Brazilian ones are 7,
Okay,
but this has been rebarreled.
gotcha.
I'm thinking to a 308, but I want to do a chamber casting and make sure first. I mean, it will close on a standard 308 round, so that's what I'm thinking it is. But yeah, it's a cock on close. It's smaller ring Mauser.
What's the chances of it being a 30-06?
It does not. It does not chamber a 8mm or 7mm, so it's a shorter round.
Mhm.
And if it was a odd 6 for this length, there would have had to been a notch right here cut out of it for a 308, because this is too short for a 30-06. Yeah, would have been had a notch. Frankengun.
Frankengun.
I really wish I wouldn't have foosed 226 now, because he was looking at it, and I just texted him, and he's like, "Well, damn it! The reason I didn't buy it is because it wasn't a 308, and now, now it is."
Yeah.
I had a similar situation with this Betterly. It's stamped as a 78, but it's not actually a 78. It's a 7881.
That Betterly?
Yeah. It's got the newer 81 model sights on it, and apparently when they first started making the 81s, they just kept using the 78 stamps.
Cool.
So when I did some research on it today, I found out it's actually a 7881.
Huh.
That's part of the fun. You buy the gun, and,
Yeah.
and it's not like you can walk around with a book the whole time and figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, there's two buyers there. People that know exactly what they're buying. People are like, "Oh, that's cool. Here, take my money." And then, what did I just buy?
And then there's also the type of buyer that comes up and says, "Hey, I want everything on your table. Here's my computer, and $1 million." Yeah,
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's so Clover, I know that you got all sorts of good stuff while you were there, including some new technology.
I don't really want to talk about it.
You don't want
Really?
to talk about it, huh?
Crash it already?
Oh God, it's got scars all over it. I've done broke the protectors for the blades. One of the little caps cover the screws that hold the blades on is busted now.
They're tougher to fly than what it looks, don't it?
You know, but it still flies. I mean, even without all that stuff, and some drones don't even have all that. So it's not that. That was just like safety feature things. It's not like that it's required. So
You know what I'd
complete
really
garbage.
appreciate? I'd really appreciate it if you would go live while you're trying to learn how to fly that thing, because that would be a great video to see.
It'd be a funny video.
I don't know how I would do that.
Get
Is the problem?
somebody to hold the camera.
You know, I just don't know how I would do that. And the thing is, the battery that's in it, and here I'll give you some. I don't really have any pros for the thing. Of course, it was a cheap drone. We know this. We know that a good drone is going to cost you $1,000 a minimum, right? You know, professional grade. So I didn't have any hang-ups about what I was getting. I mean, I knew it was going to be a cheap drone. But the camera's garbage. I'll say that. I've already built an adapter to hook my GoPro up to it, and I'm shooting footage off of my GoPro, just attaching my GoPro to it, and going. Which is way better camera than what was on there.
And the weight is okay with the drone for the.
It seems to me I've got it
heavy, but I mean,
I've got it centered pretty good. I've got an issue with the footage to where obviously it sees the front legs. The camera does, because that GoPro is so wide angle. Right. So I don't know if I need to try to find another camera that's a narrower angle or or deal with that in post production somehow. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And then the second major issue I've got with it is batteries. The battery that it comes with, it takes literally on the chargers I have at my disposal anyway, because it charges through USB. It literally takes hours and hours to charge, and you get like 15 minutes of flight time or something with it.
Right.
But there are batteries out there. I have looked into that. I think it's like 30 something bucks. You can get 3 batteries and a multi-charger that will do either 2 or 3 batteries at one time. So that's something that I'm going to look into. I mean, it's got potential.
Awesome.
And for the price I gave for it, I guess it's not altogether bad.
Right. I didn't spend a whole lot of time shopping. I already knew that I was going to be picking up a gun. So I had to budget that into the equation. But I also was kind of just working, but I did pick up a few things that were pretty cool. I got this new bag, and I got some patches. Let me go. A couple of Marine Corps patches, also Gun Channel in G's van that came with it. But I got some Marine patches. I was actually asked these guys. It was Saturday, obviously Veterans Day, and they had this big, enormous case of a bunch of different patches for all 4 of this armed services. So I asked them since it was Veterans Day, if I could just do a quick video and showing all the patches and all that. And they said, absolutely, go ahead. So I was going through it, and they asked if I served, and I said, yeah, sure did. And so they said, well, just grab a few. And I was like, no. And they're like, no, seriously, it's Veterans Day. Go ahead and grab a few patches. So, I grabbed a few patches, and that was pretty awesome. I've got a video that'll be coming down from them. And I've got, between J.M. Davis and Wanamaker, I want to have roughly 80 to 85 videos. Now, if I splice some of those up, I could have close to 100 different videos of content, or averaging 2 to 3 minutes. So we got a ton of, Clover's got the same. We've got a ton of stuff coming out. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the next few months. It's really going to be cool. I got some of G's old West Guns playing cards. There we go. These are also, I'm not going to open these up. I'm going to keep them in the wrapper and all that. But these are a deck of cards from G Webs. I got a bunch of different Gun Channel patches. Got the
Can I jump in for just a second?
Yeah, man.
I want to, everybody out there that's listening, if you're watching G and keeping tabs on where he's going and where he's traveling, get with him.
Yeah.
And he has an uncut sheet of the Old West trading cards that we are all signing. We each are signing a card. And then at some point, we're going to auction that off or raffle that off or something.
Yeah.
So that'll be something cool. And you can get involved with that. So,
yeah, it was awesome. Like I said, and what we're going to try to do is everyone that's a Gun Channel member that he runs into, he can pick a card, any card, and sign it. And we kind of sign our name and then put our handle and all that. But it's gonna be awesome. We can frame it up, hang it on the wall. It's awesome. So yeah, if you run into G, make sure you ask him about that.
And if you guys see the picture of all of us, Ghost's hand is the small one.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Yankee wanted to give me a little shit. And by the way, the girls are gone, so feel free to do your thing now. They signed out. Go do their homework, which is awesome. Do your homework and all that. That being said, Yankee decided to start a little bit on Instagram and then continued on to Matt's chat last night. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so thanks, Yankee. Appreciate you. Luckily for me, and unfortunate for you, I don't worry about things in life that I can't have any control over. I'm not 6'5", I'm 5'8", and I don't have monster hands. It is what it is, but I'm very, very comfortable in my own skin. So bring it on, baby, bring it on. If you've got to punch down to me to get something going, then feel free, baby. Eat it up. Come on. I'll bring it hard, but you better bring it because I'll come right back at you. No, just joking.
Kept telling you, man. Kept telling you. Punch up, brother. Punch up.
I mean, I went right at him last night, did I not? I went right. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to start going to some of his videos and start mentioning that he needs to get a shirt that maybe another size bigger because
that last one was ridiculous.
Tight T-shirts on Yankee. Just saying. And the bad thing is it's getting ready to be sweatpants season with chili and all that for all the good winter and Thanksgiving food. So you definitely need to go up a size higher because you ain't fitting in that very much longer. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you another cool thing that me and Mr. Wright were happening to walk by and we both got knives. They gave us some pretty good deals on this. I don't know if you can see it awesomely or not. It's a little pocket knife and it comes with its own little canvas little clip carrier and all that. But yeah, it's a pretty good little knife. It's very sharp. I've used it several times. It'd be a good little just knife either to carry in the pocket or if nothing else, keep it in my range bag or in the car. But it'd be a pretty good little EDC knife. I liked it. He got the double-edged blade on his. I'm not a big double-edged blade fan. I like this one a little bit better, but yeah, it was a pretty cool knife. I liked it. One of the coolest things I got was there's a company called Etched Ordnance, and it's just outside of Tulsa area. And the guys are Gun Channel guys. They've done some work for G-Webs in the past. Let me get over here and I'll show you one of the cool things. If I can find it, I got all sorts of stuff going on my desk. Where did I put their business card? I just had it out because I wanted to show everybody. Isn't that wonderful? My wife moved
Why the hell are you asking us? We ain't there.
Oh, shut up, Ellis. I wasn't asking you anything. I've got all these business cards here, and it's anyways.
You got a bunch of those too, huh?
Oh my gosh, I've got like 50 of them. It's crazy.
I got a huge stack.
I mean, it's unbelievable the stack of business cards that I've got right now. Yeah, you got the same stuff, and
somebody out there is going to end up with them. I'm not keeping
them. I have no idea where that thing went. Anyways, it's an awesome business card. I'll probably show it. I'm working on that. I'm editing that right now. That video's going to be coming out. But anyways, doesn't matter. We're going to go with this. It's PMag AK-47 magazine, but I can't see if you can tell or not. But they went ahead and laser etched the Marine Corps seal on there for me. I think it turned out awesome. If you go check out that video that I did earlier on the AK pistol, I was using this mag with it. But no, it's it turned out awesome. They can do knives, they can do optics, and they can do anything. And actually they let me video them doing the etching on the magazine. It was pretty cool. So that video will be coming out here next probably Thursday. My plan is to go Mondays and Thursdays with Wanamaker / JM Davis videos. So I had one out yesterday for a really cool solar powered range bag. It can be used for anything. I mean, competitive shooting range bag. But you can use it for hiking, just going to an amusement park, a good bug out bag. Someone actually mentioned it on the video comments. It'd be a great bug out bag idea because if you're in that shit hits the fan scenario, you can't rely on electricity to charge your stuffs, and this will be a great thing. So I never thought about that, but yeah, that's a great idea as well. Let's see here. The cool thing is a lot of people will start giving us stuff, which is cool. I got this really cool pin. It's just a pin. It's from Bat Gear. It's just a cool pin. It's nothing special, but I mean, I like free stuff. So the freebies, that was kind of cool. I'm trying to think of there's some other stuff that I got, but I'll save that for future videos. But yeah, you guys, I'm trying to think real quick. What time is it?
So,
holy cow! It's already 8:05.
Quick question for your group. Who's all going back in April?
I'm going back in April for sure.
No doubt.
100% going back in April.
All right. I think I'm gonna do the same.
I know that we were talking about it. I don't know. I'm not sure which night it was after dinner, and what happened is we're going to try to get a house next time, just because we found out how hard it was to go to dinner after a long day, because we ended up staying out in front of the parking lot of these restaurants for a couple hours each night for no other reason, because everyone had to go to separate ways, and so we weren't going to be able to hang out. So
Couldn't
we
find a
thought about
bar?
doing huh?
Couldn't find a bar?
Yeah, we could, but I mean, we also had to get some sleep.
Yeah.
But we thought about doing a house in April, to where we can all kind of get there, to where when we left the restaurant or whatever, we got done the bar or whatever, we had a central place that we were all going to go. Because the funny thing is we all went back to our hotels, flipped up the laptop, and got on the lobby chat. Well, if we were in one house, we could flip up the laptop and we could all be on that lobby chat at one time. So really collaborating and doing all that stuff would be awesome doing that. So
Basically what we did the last night.
yeah, basically it is. We were on the parking lot behind
Security
the
come by.
restaurant. Yeah, they did. They asked what we were doing. They was like, oh, yeah, have fun,
They were like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. We also had earlier, I had Clover in Cycle Camp basically changed my alternator out for me. My alternator went out Friday night, which was hilarious in its own story.
So, I'm gonna tell you what, I haven't ever seen anybody that could hold a flashlight like Cycle Camp. I'm just saying, he's got mad flashlight skills, yo.
And Clover's got, we had the Gun Channels pit crew.
Oh God.
We had Clover, myself, Cycle Camp, G Webs, Mr. Wright, P226 Nut. I think that was all. We had the Gun Channels pit crew, man. We got that alternator changed out. It's running like a dream. So thanks, Clover. Appreciate you. When it comes to mechanic stuff, I'm not I'm a very confident person in my life. There hasn't been a whole lot of things that I have put myself in my mind to that I haven't achieved in my life. I made a 98% on the ASVAB when I went to the Marine Corps. The only questions that I missed were mechanical. They literally told me that I could do anything I wanted to in the Marine Corps except do anything mechanical. So you can only imagine my mechanic skills. So thank God we had, good Lord, no. We had Clover there and Cycle Camp there, and we got it done. I appreciate you guys very much. But going back to the April thing, yeah, I think we'd all go back. But I think one of the cool things that we discussed, Hottie, was going maybe a day early or even two.
Two days.
And making it a Thursday through Sunday. And if you had to stay over to Monday like Cycle Camp did, even better. But doing it a Thursday through Sunday. And what we were thinking about doing is, since there's so much walking at the JM Davis and there's so much walking at Wanamaker, that we were thinking about doing JM Davis on Thursday. So if you haven't been there, you've got to go, by the way. And then Friday, we're going to secure a range, either the Shooting Academy or somewhere else, and have a Gun Channels range day where if you're able to bring different guns with you, bring them. And if we get all of us at the range, we can all kind of have fun shooting and shoot different types of guns and all that stuff. So we're thinking about doing a Gun Channels range day on Friday. That kind of gives us a break from all the walking on Thursday and all the walking we're going to do on the weekend. So we'll be trying to put that together, and I'm sure G will be mentioning. But if you guys are wanting to come to Tulsa in April, try to plan on being a Thursday through Sunday thing, because it could be so much fun.
Yeah, so we did that, the whole range day, a year and a half ago. I think it was the April one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and we went to the Shooting Academy, and that is where Ralph shot his first guns.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
His first round was out of an LCP 38 Special.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Absolutely.
So yeah, we did that, and then Friday we went to the JM Davis, and Saturday and Sunday we were around the show.
Yeah, and we did this year, this past weekend. We did J.M. Davis on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday was Wanamaker, and I think that that was not had a great time. Got a lot of stuff done. Worked my ass off. So to Clover and all of us, but that might not. Looking back, that might not have been the way to go. Is to do the museum and then 2 days back to back. So I think that the whole idea is, if possible, do the museum on Thursday, range day on Friday, and Wanamaker Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
1% says he got an 87 on the ASVAB when he went into the Army and nailed the electrical section. So they told me he could have any job as long as it was in radio repair. You can have any job you want as long as it's in this job. So that's pretty funny. Good job. Like I said, we could go on for months about this past weekend, and through our content, Clover and I will be going on for months. So it's gonna be awesome. Is there anything out there, guys, that you have questions over the weekend in the chats at all? I know that Night Strike and Smeggy, and I'm assuming Travis will be with them. They started a few minutes ago on Hit or Miss. Not going to try to step on their toes a whole lot, but if there isn't anything in there for questions, then we will kind of start trying to wrap this up. Let's go through the room real quick, and I want to thank everybody in the panel for showing up. It was a really fun weekend, and I wish that there had been more of you at Tulsa this past weekend, because we had a blast. But hopefully in April we had 8 or 9 or 10 maybe at one point. And I hope maybe that we will have double that in April, because it's not only is it the camaraderie is fun and great to be around the guys we talk to every day, but actually get to meet them and hang out with them. But obviously the show and the museum they speak for themselves. You have the largest personal collection museum in the world, and you have the largest gun show in the world on the same weekend within 20 minutes of each other. It was unbelievable. But let's run through the room real quick. Hadi, you got anything?
Not too much at all. Thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it. 2Hadi206 on Instagram. Check it out.
Thanks for coming, brother. I appreciate
Other than that, gun channels.
That's right. I think Gun Channels is getting ready to grow enormously here in the next few weeks. If everyone that told Clover and I and Cycle Camp and Foose and G Webs and all of us that if all of them that told us they were going to come Gun Channels actually do, holy cow. Gun Channels was a rock star, put it this way. Rock star at Wanamaker this weekend. They love Gun Channels over there. So it was awesome. Ellis, you got anything? When's your next show?
The next show is coming up Thursday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, sir. I'm going to do a 9/11 conspiracy theory show. So that ought to be pretty interesting.
Who's going to be joining you, you know?
Dead Horse will definitely be there. Jimmy's supposed to show up there. So I'm going to see who wants to join and get together and see what happens. Keep in mind, folks, this show is, don't take it too seriously, because there's a lot of theories out there, everything from aliens to who knows what else. And we're just going to get into it and have a little fun with it. See what comes out of it.
There you go. Appreciate you coming over, bro. Foose, what you got?
Nothing.
Nothing. Not a damn thing, huh?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, bro. It was awesome meeting you. It's like I said, the cool thing is we see each other's faces a lot and we know their voices, but actually meeting in person brings a whole nother dynamic to friendships and all that. So it was awesome finally getting to meet you, even though we only live an hour and a half, hour 45 from each other. It was awesome to meet you finally, and hopefully we'll go shoot quite a bunch in the near future.
And anybody out there that's in the lobby or out there to listen to us, how we are here is how we are.
Oh yeah, that's the great thing is no one's fake. It was the exact same way with everybody, so it was really refreshing because it's not an act, and I love that.
Oh yeah, you go. I'm like, oh, there's Clover, there's all these other guys, And it's literally just like this.
And that's the reason why it works out so well. I mean, everybody, like exactly like you said, everybody here, nobody's putting on a front, nobody's acting like somebody they're not. And then you meet people face to face for the first time, and you automatically know that guy because you've been talking to him for years. And I've had that experience with, a few guys when I went down and did TriggerCon.
Yeah. We were talking about over the weekend. It's kind of funny. We're sitting there at dinner, and we're just bullshitting at dinner. And we're like, this is just like a lobby chat, except it's in person, It was hilarious, All right, Cycle Camp, what you got going? I know you just put a video out, and I know you have some more videos that are going to be more specific to the stuff that you bought, but what else you got going on right now?
Yeah, I'll be putting out a quick and dirty about the trash can over here, and then I'll be doing my standard set of clean it up, then go shoot it videos on all 3 guns. I also want to say, while we have the chance, I want to really thank Clover for stepping in when your car went down, and I'm hauling our sorry butts back and forth.
He sure did
for 2 or 3 days. So that was really very much appreciated.
Yes, very much so.
So, Cycle, on that Vetterli, you bought 4 rounds. How many of them are you going to shoot?
Well, as soon as one goes off, I'll stop.
Okay.
Because I was pricing that stuff on the internet. I stole that ammunition.
Really?
I
Did you really?
Around for 4 rounds, and I've been seeing it for anywhere from 20 to 100.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's just nuts. So
okay, but fire 1, keep 1, sell 2.
There you go. You just pay for it. Go buy some more.
So we all know what Cycle Camp's going to be looking for in April.
Exactly. Yeah. Hell, I might be looking for it. Clover, what's up, my brother?
Not a lot. I don't know. Heck, I don't even know. We didn't even get to J.M. Davis, did we?
No, we'll have to do that next week, or maybe cover it on one of your shows.
There's just so much. Yeah, I want to say that if you have an opportunity, if you're out there and if you have an opportunity, even if it's just to show up and hang out, if
for
that's part of the experience, it's worth it.
No doubt.
Make a trip, come out, hang out with everybody. Obviously, I'm going to be running like a chicken, with my head cut off, and Ghost is, and the other guys that are trying to get content. But we don't do that all day. We've got to sit down and eat a corn dog or a turkey sandwich in my case all weekend. But
or your Philadelphia cheesesteak.
The cheesesteak was awesome.
See, I couldn't spend $10 on a sandwich. Sorry, I just couldn't do it.
My pulled pork was great.
Yeah, it looked good too. Sorry. Good.
No, I was done.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, Foos was just there for the day. Came over, hung out with us. He had some things he was looking to pick up, and obviously he did. But
actually, I didn't have anything I was looking to pick up. I just went over there with cash because I've been over there before.
Yeah. So, and caught your eye, but so more importantly, he just came over to hang out, and he hadn't ended up buying a rifle, but he came over to hang out. And like I said, I can vouch for everyone that I've met this weekend and previously that are gun channels people. That, like they were saying earlier, every single person, how they are on the computer is 100% authentic. It's awesome. So, like you said, you haven't met them before, but you already know them. They're already good friends of yours. You just haven't met them yet. And finally getting to meet the guys was awesome. And yeah, I really loved it. I want to say thank you to everybody who was watching. We had a big crowd out there tonight, gun channels and on the YouTube side. So the show is growing. And I just realized when I just looked at my computer screen, this show is officially an adult. It is able to join the military and to buy cigarettes and to vote. This is the 18th edition of Tactical Tuesday. So I didn't even realize that until I just looked at that. So we're officially an adult in this world. That's pretty cool. Right. Where we've come in the last few months with this show for and this channel, is absolutely incredible. Thank you to everyone who has continued to watch and support the channel. And go support all these other content creators and go support Gun Channels and G-Webs, Daily Gun Show, all these guys. There's the future of the gun content world is only going to get bigger and better. And I think the future of gun channels is going to be amazing to see the evolution with what's going to happen the next year or two. So,
you know, I've said this. I said this before I even got on gun channels, talking about the smaller creators being the future of, you know, online content. About there being a new class coming up, more or less, or whatever, and all these big dogs were going to die out, especially with all the ad revenue stuff and demonetization and so forth and so on, because they're just not used to playing that game. And I think gun channels is going to lead the way in that. I really do.
I like I said, and I agree with you 100%. I think that what gun channels offers is not only for content creators, but for just the gun community to have. I don't want to call it the Facebook. I know G's used that term a little bit, but having a place and that you can go and hang out with people that are like-minded, and it's just a great place, and it's only going to. It's only going to grow and all that. But I think you're right with the smaller content creators. What I enjoy watching smaller content creators, I don't watch a whole lot of the big dogs anymore. Every now and then I'll flip it on just to see what's going on. But the smaller channels like myself and all that is what I take pride in is actually still giving quality content about things that I care about, instead of just putting videos shooting pumpkins and just shooting fish heads and talking in generalities and talking about your feelings, but when they're not really saying anything, you're just saying something to have a video out there, because the more videos you put out there, the more money you're going to make.
Or playing the trending market.
Absolutely.
That aggravates me too. You know, like when, you know, we have these tragedies and things happen, and it's not 5 minutes and somebody's making a video, and you know.
Well, I'm interested to see what happens with videos in the next 24 hours with this Northern California shooting. I did not even want to get into it because I've had enough. I mean, I've had enough, so I didn't want to mention it. But you're right; it's going to be interesting to see who comes out with videos on the California thing in the next. Jilsma, he's almost at 50 subs. Okay, guys, if you are out there, we're going to shout out Jelsma Outdoors. I want everyone out there to go to Jelsma, Jelsma Outdoors, his channel on YouTube. I am going to put a link to his channel in the YouTube chat, but obviously later on when this is not going, you're not going to be able to find it. But go to Jelsma Outdoors channel and subscribe to him. He supports pretty much everyone around here. He goes to all the shows and all that. Go support him as well. So, yeah, go check that out. And I hope you get up there, buddy. Let's see here. Other than that, I don't have anything much else. Do you guys have anything else?
Yeah, one thing just came to mind.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm really close to 1,000 subs.
Oh yeah.
And I picked up a bunch of cool things. I got just tons of things we can give away when we hit that point and stuff. But you know, it's not necessarily about that, of course. But yeah, run over. I mean, most of the guys out there listening, I'm sure, are already subscribed. But run over there and share. You know, share a video or two, and so if you can't help me get past that little threshold, it's going to open up a few more features. So.
Sure is cool, and that's something that and I've already talked about my lack of it. I need to get into it, but that is a forgotten aspect of YouTube. Everyone knows about subscribing and liking and commenting. There is a major tool for the content creators to spread the word about their channels and their content that most people don't use as much, and that is the share. You share that on Twitter, or you share that on your Facebook page, or wherever. It's amazing how much sharing a video to all your other friends, and also it might bring them into the gun community because they see a cool video, they see something going on. So I ask you, not just mine, but any content creator you watch, if you think that video is worth sharing to your friends because you like the content or whatever, when you hit that thumbs up, it takes 2 seconds to click that share button also. And that will help out all the content creators more than you actually would know. I need to get better at that myself, but that's a good point, is hitting that share button. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna hang it up for the night and go ahead and check out Hit or Miss. They're going on for about 10-15 minutes right now over on the YouTube side. The channel is Night Strike 1. On the gun channel side, it's the Hit or Miss channel. Obviously, everyone knows over there, but go check them out. They are talking right now, and there is no telling what they are talking about. But guys, I have enjoyed another edition, the adult edition, since we're 18 now, of Tactical Tuesday. I want to thank every one of our panel guests. I really appreciate you. And thank you to everyone who's watching. You make my Tuesday nights phenomenal, and I really enjoy you. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you to everybody watching. Until next week, Semper Fi.